Over the past few weeks and months, some of you may have heard more talk about nutrient management. And you may specifically have heard that Central Valley Ag is getting more involved with nutrient management. But I know a lot of you don't necessarily understand what nutrient management might mean. And for those of you that do know the term, you probably tend to think straight away to manure and how that affects agriculture. But I'm here to tell you today that the nutrient management role at Central Valley Ag encompasses a lot more than just manure and manure management. And that's what we're here to talk about today. I'm Keith Byerly, Precision Ag Manager at Central Valley Ag, and this is your agronomy focus video that corresponds with my article on the CVA website. So with me today is Tim Mundorf, our nutrient management lead here at Central Valley Ag. Tim has been brought on this year to take over and to start to run with nutrient management and how Central Valley Ag needs to help our growers understand the needs of nutrient management and how to put those to work on their farm. But like I said, I think a lot of people have a misconception that nutrient management just means manure management. So why don't you start off, Tim, and tell us a little bit more about what your role encompasses?
Sure, Keith, thanks. So overall, nutrient management really encompasses everything that's going to feed nutrients to that plant. So of course our commercial fertilizers, which CV has a long history of experience with, but also our manure and the nutrients that are in that manure. So a big part of my job is to help growers treat manure like the fertilizer product that it really is. A lot of times we've treated it as a waste product in the past, and that sometimes has gotten us in trouble with nutrients being out of balance in the soil or maybe even environmental issues. But if we look at that nutrient quantity in that manure product and then build a fertilizer recommendation around it and bring in other fertility products. So bring in your starter fertilizers, bring in some commercial fertilizer, maybe it's supplemental nitrogen, maybe it's supplemental phosphorus. All depends on that analysis of that manure to start with. We can build a complete fertility program that's going to look at everything that you've got in there. So we want to work with our livestock producers and just try to help them make sure they're using manure as the beneficial fertilizer product that it really is.
But for growers that don't have livestock and don't use manure on their operations, why is it important that Central Valley Ag has a nutrient management role, and how does that impact other operations?
Sure. You know, on the environmental side especially, we focused a lot on manure management and the over-application of manure, those nutrients like phosphorus that get into surface waters, nitrogen or nitrates especially that get into groundwater, and we've said, well, this is a bad thing, and if we take care of our livestock management, we'll fix all that. Well, the fact of the matter is all the nutrients that we apply in the soil, if we don't get our timing right and our rates right and use the right products, we can run into problems with environmental impacts. So some issues like the Iowa nutrient reduction strategy, the harmful algal blooms we really see across all of our trade area, whether it's Kansas, Nebraska, or Iowa. Things like the Chesapeake Bay, the things that are going up in the Great Lakes, the hypoxia zone down in the Gulf. There's a lot of opportunity for us to do a better job, manage our nutrients, keeping them in the fields where they can do us some good with our crops, and limit where they're going to have harmful effects.
So Tim, for growers that still may not fall directly in their wheelhouse, I know there's some other areas that you also specialize in and are going to help out with in the Central Valley Ag Agronomy team. What are some of those other areas?
So one of the focus areas is going to be organic and non-GMO, kind of that unusual crop production, things we haven't done a lot with in the past. You know, so much focus is on corn, soybeans, wheat, production crops, but we know that there's a growing market for those organic and those non-GMO crops. So we see an opportunity to work with those producers as well. As our society continues to move different directions in what food products they demand, we want to make sure we're able to meet those demands, and we're going to work with those growers. Nutrient management or manure management, of course, a lot of times is the foundation that a guy will build an organic program off of, so the two kind of come together. So in the future, we're just getting this started, but you'll probably see CVA come to market with more organic-oriented products.
So that's really the take-home for all of you today. The nutrient management role at Central Valley Ag encompasses a lot more than how we incorporate animal waste or organics into our operations. There is some of it that impacts all of us. Tim's also going to focus heavily on how ACS and the Professional Ag Services team here at Central Valley Ag can take the solutions that we offer today and really focus those efforts and those services to help growers that focus on those areas of their operation as well. So, for those of you whose curiosity has been piqued today, want to know more about what the nutrient management role is here at Central Valley Ag, or have livestock, have organics, have food grade crops on your farm and are looking for somebody to help you manage those at another level, go ahead and look at the end of today's blog article for Tim's contact information, Or as always, you can talk to your FSA to find out ways to get in touch with Tim.
Thanks, Keith.